Hello everyone and welcome back to Sacred Saturdays, a weekly video series where I come in and talk about self-care tips that I use myself. Today, I am real fucking grateful, and I have been talking about this on my platform, to work from home because shit is crazy out there, and I'm not going to just gloss over that because I'm a witch account and a business account. This is a real thing that's happening. And regardless of if you are at risk for the virus or not, there are people out there that are. So we all have to do our due diligence as good citizens and just practice cleanliness and hygiene, stay home when we can. The reason why I wanted to do this topic today for Sacred Saturdays is because I feel like self-care is so prevalent within this topic alone. Just in washing your hands is basic self-care. Please do that. Also, if you are in a position where you need to go to work and you can't work from home, you do not have that privilege, you do not have a savings to fall back on, you do not have the luxury of being able to stay at home and work on creative projects, I want you to really practice anti-anxiety modalities at this point. Tapping is a really good one, deep breaths, meditations. Unfortunately, things are the way they are, so practicing radical acceptance is going to be really imperative, and driving yourself into an anxious frenzy isn't going to change anything. I'm hoping that because this is a pandemic, which means it is international, that most bosses will have the wherewithal and most landlords will have the idea that if you couldn't make it to work and you couldn't make the rest of your rent, that at least they will have some sort of kindness and compassion towards people in this situation. But I think that the best thing that we can all do as of right now is to not only support our local businesses by ordering takeout from local, shopping small and online and local, but also think about how we can come into our own at this time. If we're spending a lot of time at home in our self-quarantine situations, how do we make the best of that? How do we make the best of a situation that is not super glam? What are the things that you have always wanted to do? Did you want to start a podcast? Did you want to start an online business? Are you really into cocktailing and that's like your whole thing and that's why you are working in the service industry, and maybe this is now your chance to start working on recipes of your own at home? Whatever it is that you have dreamed of doing, start working on it. If we're all supposed to be cramped into our houses, why are we doing it in terror? Why are we doing it in fear? Why are we doing it with anxiety when we can use this time to really amplify the creative powers that we have within us and create things that will help our fellow people, help bring them joy, that will help us? I mean, there's so many ways to turn this into something that could be really fruitful. Another tip that I have for service industry workers in particular, I have definitely done this because I'm a master hustler, but when I couldn't make it into work because I was super sick or whatever other reason that I couldn't make it into the service industry, one of the ways that I made extra cash was to do online surveys. There are so many different places that you can just bang out a bunch of surveys, and that's a really great way to start stockpiling extra cash. It's not a lot, but at least it's something. But personally, if I were you, instead of just doing surveys, if that's literally the only thing you can do, fine. But think of things that you can sell. Are you a tarot reader? Maybe now is the best time to start showcasing your abilities and start either doing trades or give people discounts on tarot readings online. This is huge. You could, any kind of online space, because people also, after being self-quarantined or practicing social distancing for so long, we're all going to be craving attention and craving the ability to be around people. So give people something back to be social, There's so many ways that you can amplify your own gifts and use them in the online space and really help your fellow people with content, with ideas, with services, all of that good stuff, while also enriching yourself and keeping yourself away from the anxiety that is totally hanging over all of our heads right now. So just make sure that throughout the rest of however long this lasts, that you are prioritizing your mental health, You're making sure that you're breathing deeply and you're not getting consumed with anxiety. Try things like CBD if other modalities aren't working well for you. Putting your self-care at the forefront, and then really starting to get enterprising and creative with the ways that you can support yourself and everyone else. And we're all going to get through this. This is going to be okay. For my other millennials out there who have survived many other pandemics, you know that people are hard at work getting it done. Of course, there are no real answers right now. Just as long as we stay safe and we stay calm, we're doing the best we can, and that's all that we have control over. So I leave you with that, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend.